Whether Trump's base stays loyal to him, I think it's perhaps a more pressing question to consider whether the House will stay loyal to him, because obviously it's controlled by the Republicans, which means that they can accomplish pretty much whatever they want, at least in the House and mostly in the Senate as well. And while the Senate wasn't able to pass a version of Trump Care, the House actually did it. After initially failing, they eventually were able to push something through that you have to bet someday is going to bite them on the ass when it comes to campaign ads being run against them, because it would kick tens of millions of people off their health insurance. But they did it. And they did it with the assurances that it would pay off, because eventually the Senate would also do it. The whole party would be together, and they'd at least be able to say that they accomplished something. But at least right now, it doesn't look like that's actually gonna happen, which means that those House Republicans put their ass on the line, and they are just going to get the negative for it. They're going to be attacked.
Good.
They're potentially gonna be primaried.
Good.
I think that's good, but from their point of view, probably not so good. And it turns out that they're pissed at Donald Trump. So we've got some quotes. This is from
Are you not taking personal responsibility for the way you voted? Are you upset? Oh, okay. Well, go ahead. Let's hear from them.
We're going to hear from the poor babies. So Representative Mark Emendel of Nevada said, "We agreed that there was not much use in criticizing the Senate while they were going through their process, and I agree with that. I just find it interesting to note the number of geniuses serving in the US Senate. Politically, I love that line. Politically, it all still needs fixing, whether the Senate does nothing, whether we walked the plank or whatever." Whether we walked the plank or whatever. Then hold on, the way it's described is, after an extended diatribe about the process and all the quote bovine scat flying around on the policy debate, Amedei walked away, only to return to admit he was quote pissed at how the Senate dropped the ball.
Oh, okay, so you're upset. I love how he is belittling the intelligence of members of the Senate while he complains about voting for legislation that he maybe didn't necessarily believe in because he wanted to appease the emperor, right? Who's the dumb one in this scenario, right?
I think everybody.
Yeah, well, okay, that's fair. But I would argue that moderate Republicans who actually took a principled stand and said, no, I don't think my constituents are in favor of this. I'm actually gonna represent them and not cave to someone like Trump. I think they're a little smarter, a little smarter. I know you're a little upset because you're not principled in any way and you feel like this is gonna negatively impact you, but it should negatively impact you.
Yeah, look, it wasn't just him. We also have Darrell Issa, who said the Senate dropped the ball. They had almost a blank palette and they scribbled on it and came up with nothing. Well, they came up with scribbles, at the very least, that could be fun. And there were other representatives who weren't willing to go on the record, also expressing how mad they were. And so I don't cover this because I care about their feelings, I really don't. But it is interesting from the point of view of a Trump defender. Will Trump be able to count on the House to pass controversial legislation that could potentially damage them after this experience? After trying it once and being burned, are they going to be there? You know, the whole shame on fool me once, can't get fooled again. Maybe they can't get fooled again.
You know, first of all, one of them, from what I read, the one who was most scathing of those anonymous congressional members that was mad about the way this came forward, he said, well, you know what? In order to speak candidly about it, I'd like to go ahead and just really lay into it, so don't give them my name. So that gives another, like, you have to think about every aspect of the way these politicians work. Hey, you guys, don't say my name because what I'm about to say will get me in trouble. So do you mean it?
Yeah.
So when you mean it, you can't say your name, because then if you say what you really mean as a politician, you're not gonna be a politician anymore. Just think about the nature of this whole system. I can't say who I am because they're gonna kill me if they hear what I really feel about what I'm doing. It answers the question we always ask. They know how bad everything is. They know how bad the legislation they put forward is. They know they're gonna get bad, negative campaign ads put against them, or just campaigns in general against them, because they know how bad this has nothing to do with doing their job. It has to do with keeping their job.
We'll see on the next one.
To continue to continue to deceive American people. It has nothing to do with their real job.
If you like the Young Turks, you'll love Young Turks membership. TYTnetwork.com/join.